Welcome. Kimu SDC with you here today, and I would like to start it off with a PLH. Peace, love, and happiness to you all day, every day. And today I want to talk about my experience with November 11th, also 11/11. And I want to take it back about 4 weeks ago, in which I was at my job and I realized that I wasn't happy, and I was trying to find different avenues so that I could basically get out of having a job, just over broke, by the way. And I was grabbing onto this, and I really wasn't going anywhere. And then I thought maybe if I get my own business, I'll be happy. And I kind of realized I still wasn't as happy as I would like to be. I was happier because I was working on my own time, but I wasn't as happy. But during that period, I started to see numbers and synchronicity. And basically, when you start to see numbers and synchronicity, that just means that the universe is, number one, sending you a message, whatever number it is. And also is saying that you, at that moment, you are aligned with your true self. But at the time, I didn't really, first, I wasn't even paying attention to it. I thought, oh man, I just keep seeing 666. But no, to me, 666 means something completely different. 6 is the number of true beauty. And I began to see 666 and 6666 every day on my way to work and coming home from work and coming home from my job. And I had to think, like, what does this mean? What does me seeing sixes in sequence mean? So I did a little bit of research, and it was basically telling me that some things were telling me that my life was unbalanced. I'm trying to create the balance between the material world and the physical and the spiritual world. And also, I'm worried about things that may happen. I have a lot of concerns, and I may be fearing what's next to come. So I stopped worrying so much about what's going to happen next. Yes, I'm planning to do, yes, I want to do this, but I can't fear the process. I just got to let it happen. And once the day came where I quit my job, I began to see different numbers in sequence. I started to see 111 for a little bit. And the 111 is a bus that runs through my neighborhood. And those are stops. But I never really paid attention when I saw the bus. And in fact, I never really saw the bus at all. But I never paid attention to the signs, and the signs were always there. But I never looked at them and said, oh, that's a message. Oh, that one's a message too. Oh, this bus is a message. I never said that. I never even thought of that. But until the first few days, where that week after I had quit my job, I saw 111. And then I start going back into learning numerology, how numbers interact with us in the physical world and the universe. And 111, or when you see ones in sequence, that just means that a new beginning is starting. A new chapter is being written in your book. That period in the last chapter is over, and we turn the page. So I knew that something was coming. But when I began to realize that I started seeing numbers in sequence, I began to analyze what was I feeling at that moment. And every moment that I saw numbers in sequence, whether I was listening to music, I was in the car, whatever I was doing, I felt free. I had no cares in the world. I was literally living in the moment. And it felt absolutely wonderful. So, fast forward to last week, I began to see different numbers in sequence more frequently. And I continued to analyze how I was feeling, in particular to a certain numbers in sequence, but at a certain point, it started becoming overwhelming because I would see one number in sequence, then one number in sequence. I would see 666, 444, 222, 2222. And I was like, whoa, too much fan mail from the universe right now. I don't know if I can handle it. But every time that the universe sent me a message, I always did smile. I smiled back and I was like, I see you. Always. And that's just gratification, one of the highest frequencies that a person could be on. So I started to see the way that I viewed the world around me. I started to change certain habits. And then, of course, that brings us to the week that previously occurred. I currently have my own business in which we sell candles. And I was going through, somebody was letting me know, hey, just giving me some feedback from candles, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is starting to low-key stress me out. I'm about to be done with it. But I ignored that. And I said, you know what, it's just a bump in the road, let's get past it. But one thing that I didn't think of was the fact that this might be a sign for something else. So I continued through the week, and as I continued through the week every day, the frequency of me seeing numbers in sequence continued to rise. 4. And instead of just seeing numbers in triple or numbers in quadruple, I began to see master numbers. And master numbers are basically numbers that, like, for example, 11. 11 is the master teacher number. 2 is the master builder number. And every master number, 33, 44, 55, blase, all the way up to 9, it has its own meaning. And when I realized that I kept seeing these numbers and they were coming at me rapid fire, I was like, okay, I really need to pay attention, and something is about to happen. I don't know what, but something is about to happen. And then yesterday comes, November 11th, 11/11. And when you look at 11/11, and a visual that'll help you even more is look at it on a clock, on the digital clock. It looks like a gateway. And basically the meaning of one or ones in sequence is it just means that you're about to pass through a gate into another aspect of your life on your journey. So when I woke up yesterday, I saw that I didn't even look at the time when I woke up on the time on my digital clock. I looked at the date. That was the first thing that I saw. I said 11:11, and because I saw that, I was like, something's gonna happen there. I don't know what, but I'm ready. And I carry my day out as if I would any other day. Handle business, so on and so forth. I went to go see my friends, and we chilled for a while actually. And then I came home, and it just seemed like any other day. Nothing ridiculous. But one thing did happen that day in which me and my business partner discussed business affairs and with the material that we were using. And I found out that burning essential oils, especially in candles, actually changes the molecular structure of the essential oil and causes a hazardous fume to be ingested by us, human beings. And when I found that out, I was like, whoa, we're not doing this. So I called him up and I was like, stop production. And we discussed that matter, and he was like, oh no, he agreed with me. And I didn't know exactly what that meant, but I continued on, doing what I was doing. So then the day ended, and the day came to a close, and I just felt completely free that entire day, and I felt wonderful. And after 11/11 took place, and now we hit today, 11/12, I realized that happened because now I'm beginning to embark on another journey in my life. I'm beginning to give up obligations, things that take up my time. I'm not becoming a slave to the time, but I'm starting to become a master of time, in which time revolves around me. And even back when I first started seeing these numbers, my former coworkers, when I saw them after I had left, they saw how happy I was. And first thing, I smile, they smile. Emotions, energy in motion. So that transfer of energy from me to them and back, three-way communication. 3, by the way, is a number of unity. It made them feel wonderful, and therefore made me feel wonderful. But I was feeling wonderful already. I just had to express that I was feeling wonderful. And now I start to say, when somebody asks me how I'm doing, it's always feeling good, feeling great, because I am feeling great. So my note to you today is, if you are starting to see, or if you have been, or even haven't been seeing numbers in sequence, if you do and when you do, just pay attention, because it's nothing but the universe sending you a message saying that you are in line with your true self on your journey. And if you begin to see 111 or 11/11, you about to embark on a new aspect of your journey. You're about to start writing that next chapter. So don't be afraid. Go right through that door, because I might kick you through it if I see you. Just playing. But that is my note to you. Do not be afraid of change. Do not be afraid of what's to come. Live in the moment, and all will be okay. So I want to finish it off on this note. Peace, love, and happiness. PLH, all day, every day. Kimu, SDC, over and out. Peace.